Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rose Fres Fausto. Today's guest is Cara Eriguel. She's a very pretty host and once upon a time an actress. But what we're going to talk about today is her upcoming wedding. In our episode entitled Settling Down During the Lockdown. Today we are very happy. I am personally very happy because I just love this topic. Kasi hashtag I love weddings. Ladies and gentlemen, with me today is the very beautiful Cara Eriguel.
Hi! Hi everyone! Hi Tita Rose! So beautiful!
Oh.
Grabe!
Nag-beautiful ang tayong dalawa. So, let me just start by saying I had to dress to the occasion. See, I'm wearing my very old lace top. Sobrang old na to. This was in the 1900s.
1900s. 19
Yeah,
forgotten.
promise. 1900s. And you are also wearing a very nice white. That's a dress, right?
Yes, it's a dress. Because we're
Because
dressing for the occasion.
we are dressing to the occasion. So meron lang akong konting palaro sa'yo. Can you just guessing game? Can you just guess how many times have I said I do? How many times have I said I do? Wedding?
I'm gonna say the safe answer would be 2, but I'm just gonna go with 3.
Okay. The correct answer is
6. You do love weddings. You weren't kidding about that.
Yeah, I wasn't. So the first one was in 1989. That was the original wedding. And then on our 10th anniversary, we said, I do again. That was our first renewal. Hindi pa uso nagte-10th renewal. Noon, hiyang-hiya yung asawa ko. And then the third was the 20th. We were not supposed to, but then dapat mag-tour lang kami. Pero kasi ang nangyari, huwag kayong pumunta sa Europe ng August, masyado mainit. Postpone nyo na. Eh di, sabi ko, what are we gonna do now? So we did, but just here at home. And then of course the 25th, you cannot miss your silver wedding, right? And then the 5th one was the 30th, which is the pearl. And then last August, we just tried to get married in a quarantine, which is our topic today. Your wedding during the quarantine! Woohoo!
Oh my gosh! Okay, so it's doable. Grabe, 6 weddings. Okay, I want to talk about this also again later on. I feel like deeper into our conversation because 6 weddings, Tita Rose. That's amazing. Grabe, I want.
But let's talk about you first. Let's talk about you. How long? So the name of the, pwede naman i-broadcast ang name of the fiancé, di ba? Of course. The name of the fiancé is?
His name is Paolo Rabat. Yeah.
And then tell us about him. And why are you deciding to marry him?
Why? Because he asked. Joke lang.
Alam ako mami, maraming mag-ask bigla. Ay, di na lang. Okay.
Well, Pao and I have been together. We celebrated our 2nd anniversary March this year. Yes, so fast, right? A lot of people will say it's really fast, but a lot of things in our love story happened really fast. I feel like it's really true when they say when you meet the one, you'll know. When you know, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's true. I knew. So we were living in together a year into our relationship. We lived in together for half a year. And then he had to move to Mati, Davao Oriental, where his father's side of the family lives for work, for business, and for technically just for family stuff. Mm-hmm. So when he decided to move there, I had the heartbreaking and I'd like to say mature decision of
Oh.
not allowing, because I don't own him, right, in any way, shape, or form, but just agreeing to this setup of LDR. And
Mm.
that's, I think, when I knew na, when if this guy asks me, I think I'm gonna say yes, because I somehow found it in my head and in my heart to allow an LDR and to survive it.
So
So
wait,
I
was
think,
it the LDR also that helped you really, I mean, confirm what
oh
you
yeah,
felt na this is the guy that I can spend the rest of my life with?
ironically, yeah, no, Tita Rose. It's so
Galing, ah.
weird.
Okay.
Kasi
Mm-hmm.
it's the decision of, yun pa pala. I got there because before he left, I said, we're gonna have to sit down and have this talk. Because if we're gonna be in an LDR for God knows how long, I need to have an end goal. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it can't just be LDR and then bahala na if we're gonna end up. I'm
Oo.
like,
Yeah.
if we're gonna stay together in an LDR, may pupuntahan tayo, and I need you to assure me of that.
Yan ang ano, woman of the 21st century. Wala na pahintay-hintay lang dyan, di ba?
Diba? Kasi huwag na tayong maglokohan, diba? Kung sasayangin mo yung
Correct.
oras ko, ba't naman ako mag-LDR? Di maghanap ako nung nandito, diba?
Oo,
So,
oo, correct.
so yeah, and I think that's when we both started actually thinking about it and entertaining the idea of, really, getting married yeah. So he moved to Davao, I think June of 2019, and
Okay.
then
Uy, tagal
a
na
few
rin.
months a few months later was when he proposed.
Oh,
Tama
so
ba ako?
wait.
Was it?
Tapos
No, he proposed December last year. No, 1 year
2019.
na pala kami LDR.
Yeah, you
Ah,
said
yeah, yeah,
June
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
2019.
yeah. June 2019 was when he left.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, was when he left for Davao. And then
Oo.
he proposed December of 2019.
How was it done? Were you together? Kasi hindi pa naman tayo quarantine nun eh, di ba?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yun, our whole LDR, either ako yung lilipad doon sa Davao or lilipad siya dito. This is Tita Rose the longest time we haven't seen each other physically. Kasi during the
Oo.
time when he was there, we would see each other every month. I'd
Yeah.
fly there, he'd fly here, ganon. So it didn't
Yes.
really feel like an LDR. This is the
Mm-mm.
longest that we haven't seen each other. But to give a very, very long answer to your very short question of why I decided to marry him, is, is that I I found the love that I was looking for in him. Um, Not in that I felt like I could be myself and I was at my happiest with him.
Mm.
Yun, he just makes
How
me so
was,
happy.
yeah, that's great. And how was the proposal done? Where was it? Was it in Davao when you flew in there, or was it here in Manila when he was the one who visited you? Paano?
Ah, okay, we went to Japan in November. He was supposed to propose then. He said, because the Japan, everything, we were gonna go to the Omeda Sky Tower where they put love locks.
Yung ala, okay.
Yeah, we went there, tita. And honestly, I was expecting a proposal. The worst feeling ever. I was like pretending, oh my God, ito na, ito na. And then
Naka-makeup
we went,
ka, nagpaganda ka,
yeah,
gano'n.
video pa ako noon. Tapos,
Oo.
walang nangyari. And then when he proposed December 25,
Oh,
he
Christmas.
proposed on Christmas. We had dinner with his parents, with his mom and his brother at their house. But the ring kasi, because nga we're not together, the ring came from Tita Mary Rose, his mom.
May, oh my
Magkapangalan
gosh,
pa kayo.
sobrang pareho yung names namin. My complete
You're
name is
Mary
Mary
Rose
Rose.
also?
Yes, yes.
Well, there you go. Magaganda
Mhm.
pala yung mga Mary Rose talaga, no?
Yeah. Tsaka good
But,
mothers.
ayan.
Wife din. Okay.
Agree more because good mothers produce good sons,
Good sons. Yeah.
right? So there, he proposed there. The mom was magiging pilit to propose na there in front of everyone. But he didn't want because he knew na ako, ayoko. Tita, I'm the least like, ayoko ng ganon. Ayoko ng super
Why?
big fuzz.
Why
Why?
ayaw mo nung in public nagpo-propose?
I don't know. Parang for me, it kind of takes away with respect to everybody who does it. Kasi
Of course,
it's very,
kanya-kanya.
very nice naman. Oo.
To each
Just
his
for
own.
me, there's a little bit of parang detachment to the actual intimacy when it's in front of everybody else. In the same way that I'm also kind of different when I'm in front of the camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanted it to be super duper intimate. And he knew that it's good naman that he knew that about me.
So he did
yeah,
not.
but he
But he
didn't.
did not.
Not in
Not
front
in
of the
front of
family.
everyone. Okay.
But Tita Rose, nadula siya. So you're drinking, right? Oh, I love this story so much. So we were playing Heads Up. Yung parang, what's this? The charades on the
Shots?
phone, right? No, parang
Okay.
it's a charades on the phone.
What?
Yeah, it's a
How does
game
it
on your
work?
phone.
Okay.
Sorry? Yeah.
How
Parang
does it work?
it's called Heads Up because there's a word that comes out on the phone. You're given a
Alright.
time, then blah blah, and then when it's right, you put it up like that. Anyway, so kami ni Pao yung magka-partner, and the word that came out, and this wasn't planned because it's an app on the phone. The word that came out was proposal, and he was the one guessing. I was the one guessing. He was the one holding the phone. So nung proposal, lumuhod ako, and I went like this. I went like that. Everybody screamed because everybody knew that he already had the ring. Tapos Tita Rose was like, "Oh my God, what are the odds of this happening tonight?" And I was like, "Why?" Kita ko yung face ni Pao eh. It's parang, okay, I already kind of had an inkling. But of course, nothing happened. So we went home. I fed my dog. I was already in my slippers. I was sweeping our condo. He went outside in the balcony, which is our favorite spot here in our condo. And then he was there for a while. He doesn't know this, but I'm announcing it. I kind of knew what he was doing because what will he be doing at 1:30 in the morning in our balcony for 10-15 minutes, right? So he was there apparently setting up a camera. And he called me. So I went out and that's where he proposed in our balcony.
So did he kneel down?
He did. He did. He knelt down and he was ganun pala yun. He's such a confident guy. But when he was proposing, he was, parang siyang nauutal. It's
Lost
so
for
cute.
words.
And he actually, parang na wrong grammar pa siya. He was like, he said, so funny. He said something. Yes, my intro, whatever. And then when he knelt down, he said, what, would you marry me? Ganon. Tapos ako in my head,
if it were, mga ganun.
Yeah, he will never hear the end of it with that proposal. But yeah, that's how he proposed.
And then you said yes right away?
No. I went, really? On Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
And then I'll show you the video.
Did you steal your from your mom?
If you can ask me that. Would you marry me?
Really?
Yes.
On Christmas Eve?
It's Christmas Day, by the way.
Christmas Day? I think about it. Yeah! Crazy!
But it took a while and I was like getting kilig and whatever and started crying. And he was like, so? What? I was like, yes, of course, yes. And he put the ring. And then, he told me the story of the ring. This is actually, he wanted to start a family heirloom.
Wow, it's a family heirloom. It's so nice.
Yes, it's no, he wanted to start it actually. So this is a diamond from his mom's first diamond earrings that she bought for herself. So this is his mom's. And yeah, so kaya pala tumagal kasi pinagawa pa nila yung ring. They had to turn the earrings into a ring. So yeah.
Galing. What's that? Did you have any dream of a proposal when he wasn't even your boyfriend yet? And how does that compare to what actually happened?
You know what? None.
You didn't have.
Completely honest. Like I told you, diba? I'm really not. Growing up, I wasn't because I I come from a broken family. Although we're all very, very good. I have 3 moms. I like to say that because they're all friends and we're all good. But I didn't see that kasi growing up eh. Yung the normal dad and mom and marriage and whatever. Actually, growing up, I never thought I would get married.
Really?
Promise. Never talaga. But me and my best friend, we would talk about, okay, maybe if I would get married, it would be at the beach. But not a proposal, like a big thing. So I had zero expectations.
Yes.
Maybe. Nagsimula lang nung nasa Japan kami kasi diba, it was like a love, whatever. But I had zero visions of how my proposal was gonna be. So when it actually happened, there was no disappointment whatsoever. Walang ganun kasi meron, di ba, may mga expectations tas hindi na-meet. None talaga. I just, in my head, it was, I wanted it to be as intimate as possible, and he was able to do that.
Can I just say something about the intimacy of a proposal? Kasi ngayon, these are really big production numbers now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and yun nga, kanya-kanya lang yan. But I would always think na, isn't it also scary, especially if you're not yet too sure, diba? Paano if the girl, even if she really, really loves you, pero parang not yet now. And then everybody's watching. Hinire mo pa si Jason Magbanwa at saka diba?
Exactly.
Proposal. Parang, I would say that to the boys when they were younger, you have to rethink that because you might be getting a yes under duress. Di ba parang mag-yes ka na lang kasi naman pahiya. Di ba pang movies lang yun eh. Although they would say naman na usually, alam na nila yung timpla pag the girl is medyo on the waiting na.
Sana naman!
Kasi ako, ang drama ng Lola, ang drama ng Tita Rose, syempre love ko talaga si Marvin. But medyo sandali pa lang kami. We were just a year as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
And then he proposed on a Valentine dinner, over Valentine dinner. Ayos pa yan, no less than si Nina Daza Puyat.
Wow!
French restaurant kasi they're friends back in high school pa. Anyway, so, pero kaming dalawa lang naman. So it was just an intimate dinner, the two of us. But when he proposed, I wasn't sure yet na now was the time. So, ang sinabi ko, sabi ko, can I think about it? But he was so confident. Sure, think about it. Sabi niya, he had never been too confident. I mean, he had never been more confident in his life that the marriage was gonna work. Kasi I was saying, isn't it too soon? I was only 24 years old, yung mga ganyang type. So, naghintay siya. And then a few days after, I think, if I'm not mistaken, after 5 days, I sent him one long stem na white rose. Nakalagay lang. Pinadala ko sa office niya. Nakalagay lang yes. Arte? Diba?
Tumakbo siya sa'yo, ganon.
Oo. Nakakatawa nga. Kasi I had an event that night. Parang meron kaming dinner cocktails for a client. Tapos, he insisted that he was gonna pick me up. Parang may ganyan. That is okay. Celebrate effect. So yun, that's how our proposal happened. Hindi siya public. Nakakatawa.
I love that story. It's actually ang saya ng story na yun, more so than if it was like, for me, than a big production, di ba? May drama pa. Pang teleserye.
Pero syempre cute din naman yung iba. Kanya-kanyang trip, di ba?
Okay, so may friend pa nga ako na may nagkakantahan pa sa Central Park eh.
At saka yung mga, flash mom. Ganda, di ba? Ang ganda ng mga pa-isa-isa. Tapakataka yung babae. What's happening here around me? Everybody's dancing.
Eme lang yung taka-taka. Ay, what's happening?
Syempre, di ba? My question now is, so when he proposed to you, December, was it 24 or 25?
25
na kasi nag-1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Okay, 25 of 2019, you already planned for a date?
For the wedding? Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So when did you come up with the date? Was it before the quarantine or after the quarantine?
We came up with the date January, not so long. Not too long
Okay.
after.
Yeah. So there was no quarantine yet. You really
None.
thought, you really said it was going to be December 2020?
No. Our wedding was supposed to be March 2021. Next year pa dapat.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me about that.
That's
Why
more
are
interesting.
you? Yes, yes, yes. Why are
And
you?
the plot
Gustong,
thickens.
gustong marinig na couple with us. Game.
So our date was supposed to be March 4, which is our anniversary. March 4, 2021. So 4321 dapat
Nice.
yung
Cute, ah.
yung date. Yeah. So we only started meeting with the photo video, with a gown, nag-measure na ako and everything with a friend. When Pao was here, March of this year,
Yes.
when he was here for our second anniversary, March. Tita, I swear to you, few days before quarantine, as in, had he stayed here 2 more days, he would have been stuck here with me.
Oo
But
nga,
he was
ano?
here a few days before quarantine. We met with a photo video. We started planning already. I met with my tita who was supposed to be the wedding planner.
Mm-mm.
Everything, ganon. But I also still wanted a very intimate beach wedding.
All right.
But we were also, because we we got land there.
Mm-mm.
Parang yung home namin, yung inuna namin actually before the wedding. Gusto namin i-prioritize where we're gonna be living there.
Wow, you're gonna live in
Uh-huh.
the beach?
Eventually. Yeah.
Where?
We got a beachfront in Mati, Davao Oriental.
Wow,
It's
okay.
beautiful. It's so
It's
beautiful. I'll
interesting.
show you pictures later.
That's so millennial, ano? Living by the beach.
I know.
It's so Siargao living.
Simple life. I know, that is the dream. So yeah, so we were really on a set budget for the wedding. But I said my non-negotiables are photo video, beach wedding, and food. Syempre, for the guests. So ganon, that's when we started planning and everything ganyan. And then quarantine happened. Syempre nung March wala pa namang anything. So I didn't cancel anything yet. But hindi pa kami nakakapag down payment. Because we just started meeting with them a week before.
Yes.
And then tumagal. Siguro by May. By May nagsisimula na ako magsabing, I don't know how this is gonna happen kasi syempre the people we met with were already asking for a down payment to book. Syempre to book the date kasi next year pa naman.
Yeah, to secure the day.
Yeah, but for us, di natin alam kung ano mangyayari in the next few months. And it seemed, even if it were next year pa, hindi natin alam kung may cure, I don't want to put my family and friends through all that and flying to Davao and everything. I think it was June or July when we both decided to, noong una pa nga, not do the wedding at all muna.
Okay.
We were gonna postpone it muna for longer pa.
Yeah.
Parang ganon, we were gonna wait it out. And then, last month lang, we were just talking and I swear, tita, I'm just starting to plan my wedding in December. And it's already October. We were planning to just get married civilly. Because our loan got approved for the land. And we were like, for papers and everything, let's just get married. We'll Zoom everyone, just civilly, ganyan. Tapos, siya yung sobrang na-excite bigla. Nagulat ako, he called my mom, he called my dad, supposedly to surprise me. Suddenly, he wanted to still make it a beach wedding. Because he wanted to, he said, I want you to be happy and all that, with everything, which is super duper sweet naman. But syempre, the logistics is still not clear. But yeah, so 2 weeks ago lang was when we finally decided that we were gonna do the wedding, small, but still at the beach, with my mom and my dad. Hopefully they can fly there na, but the rest of the family via Zoom na lang.
Yes.
Yun.
You have siblings? You have siblings?
I do. I have 5.
So will they be able to fly to Davao?
That'll all depend on what the rules are gonna be by December. So we'll see. Kasi I've been calling airlines also, but all they can tell me is that it changes every month. So we'll find
Okay.
out a little bit closer to the date siguro.
Okay, sige. So now walk us through. Kasi syempre, when you started, you already had the big components of the wedding cost. The
Mhm.
biggest is really the reception, di ba?
Yes.
So that's,
Yes.
is
Yes.
it? In your case, is it? Kasi usually,
No.
it's venue plus food eh. If
Right.
it's not a hotel, di ba? Pag hotel, everything's there na. But it's a huge bill, especially if the number of guests is like, very Filipino na kumbidado lahat.
Oo, yung kapatid ng pinsan ng pamangkin ni tita baby, gano'n.
Oh, exactly. So tell us about that. So was it, ano yung mga big components prior to the pandemic? And then we will compare it now that it's going to be a scaled down wedding.
Mhm.
How does it work? So for example, the reception.
We didn't really have a huge problem with the venue because they have a resort there in Mati,
Oh,
Davao Oriental. That's one of
that's
their businesses.
theirs.
That's theirs.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, wala na kaming, yung the cost of the venue was already cut na.
Zero.
Wala na siya. Zero.
But the food, syempre, you'll pay for the food.
The food, syempre, mayroon pa rin. So, yun, I guess the biggest cost namin at the time was photo and video. Photographer and videographer kasi we would have flown them to Davao.
That's right.
From
With
here.
their staff pa, diba?
With their staff. Syempre, a few days pa before, kung saan pa sila magse-stay. Ganon. Ang laki nung cost nung, photo, video, and the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, it was siguro nasa 400 na. 400 or 500 na, close to 500 na food, photo, video pa lang. Yun naman, mga 400 na, mga 400 ganyan.
Okay.
And then, syempre now, nung pandemic, sino ba nang ipo-photo video mo? Wala namang masyado nandun. Diba? So, but, sabi ko, non-negotiable ko pa rin yung photo video, syempre.
Maganda.
Because, I mean, our plan pala was to have a small wedding muna. That's why I wanted to talk about this because gusto namin, sa first anniversary namin, we'll do the actual wedding with everybody else. Diba? So ngayon, priorities muna also because may setback din kami with our finances and we don't want to put everybody, in this situation. We just really want to get married. We don't want to hassle everybody else during a pandemic.
So what was the number of guests in your original prior to the quarantine? What was the number of guests?
From 60 to 70 now, it's just going to be 15 to 20.
Wow,
physically.
Mo. Before 60 to 70 ka lang?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Tita budget.
I know, pero di ba
Budget.
that was very hard for you to do na.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. But we had a reason, and especially when I was talking to. But kasi both our parents are very understanding then. It was actually my mom who in the beginning was telling me, are you sure you don't just want to go to Europe and elope and get married there? Parang, may mga ganun siya kasi she was also thinking, diba, financially, kaya nyo ba? Kasi may lupa pa kayo, may bahay pa kayong papatayo, kaya nyo ba? Ganyan. So, the guest list wasn't really a big problem for us.
Yeah, okay.
Baka siya pa, kasi they're from a political family there. Siya yung maraming kailangang imbitahin. But sa akin, it wasn't, I have a big family, but they're very, very understanding, all of them. Zoom na lang namin kayo, ganyan.
So now it's gonna be a bigger party because it's free. Zoom na lang.
Yes! So now, ang mas concern ko na lang is I need a photographer, videographer who knows how to work it, diba, with Zoom and stream it live. Para nag-enjoy din naman yung mga taong nanonood.
Yeah. So are you still using the same photographer, videographer that you thought of?
Na.
Iba na.
No, iba na. Iba na rin kasi ang laki ng cost.
Online na ang dapat.
Yes. So kumuha na lang kami ng photographer, videographer from there. Para we don't have to fly them in. I just had a meeting with them actually this morning. So we don't have to fly them in anymore. And I just, ako na lang yung naghahanap ng concept and everything. I sent them pegs, ganyan.
Galing. So that one, malaking bawas yun.
Ang laking bawas, tita.
Okay, so that 400 has now gone down to something like
Wala pa kaming costing ng food. Kasi I think that the dad is gonna take care of it now. I don't know yet. I don't know. Tito, hindi ako nagpaparinig
pero kung nakikinig ka, makinig ka.
Pero kung nakikinig ka, thank you. But let's go with the photo video. The photo video now from 250 is 75. 50 to 75. That's prenup. That's prenup,
Everything
site, everything na.
Dapat sabihin mo sa kanya, bahala ka na mag-stream, ha? Mag-aaral ka na ngayon. Mag-aaral ka na mag-zumba-zumba.
Ay, nako, tita. Sobra, ano pa naman, control freak pa naman ako. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
are
si
you still
Paolo,
going? Oh, go ahead.
So sorry. Go ahead.
Are you still going to have a wedding coordinator?
No more. No more na.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be my
Another
plan is-
savings.
Exactly. But actually, libre dapat yung wedding coordinator ko kasi tita ko siya. Tita, I swear, nung simula pa lang ang dami na naming tinipid din. Actually. Pero
Galing
syempre,
mo.
mas tipid ngayon.
Was there any change in the gown?
Oh, yeah.
There was. What did you do? You made it simpler? How was it?
Nag-change ako ng, well, it was supposed to be my friend initially. My dog is crying. Nag-change ako it was my friend, but he's a big designer na. So, yung binabagang presyo sa akin was still medyo mabigat pa rin. But because it was supposed to be a big wedding, it was supposed to be a big, a beautiful wedding. Yeah. But of course, I had to cancel that kasi ngayon, it's just going to be an intimate wedding with very few people and via Zoom at the beach. So I was honestly, this is going to break your heart because you love weddings. I was just going to get RTW.
Okay.
I swear, I was already looking. My mom went with me na. She already actually bought a white reception dress for me last week. And then it
doesn't break my heart. It doesn't break my heart. FQ repot.
Tama.
Okay, go.
But my mom kasi, so she reposted. I posted a story on my Instagram and made caption doon na parang wedding gown hunting with my mom. So she reposted it. And then my mom, marami siyang mga friends who know designers and whatever. Kasi may isa daw siya, may like 3 friends siya who replied, is your daughter really getting RTW? Why don't you check out like this, like that? Oh, check out my friend, ganyan. So my mom called me. She's like, tara, let's meet lang with this designer. She's very good, ganyan. So I was like, okay, fine. Sige, sure. I appreciate it. Thanks, mom. So you met with her. I loved her. I loved that she got my pegs and she was willing to really do it. And then after that call, when we put down the Zoom meeting, I was like, Mom, okay, I have to be realistic with you kasi I'm also really on a budget. So how much? Hindi ko na how much to down pay, ganyan. Sabi niya, oh no, this is my gift for you. And then I cried.
Check na naman tayo, di ba?
Grabe, so yeah, my wedding gown is my mom's gift to me. So yun, from that amount, can I say it? I'll just say it. I didn't naman say the name of my friend, but from the discounted amount for my designer friend, which was 40,000 for one gown, now it's 0 pesos.
Zero. So are you still going to have mga parang entourage? Would you still have a maid of honor? May mga ganun-ganun pa ba?
Not physically na. Zoom. Kasi my best friend who is my maid of honor is in Hong Kong. So she can't fly here pa. She's in Hong Kong and she's pregnant. So she can't fly here.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And all my friends are also from here. So if there's a 2-week quarantine, if they fly there, they all have work.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
All via
How
Zoom.
about
So, yeah.
mga kids? Wala na mga flower girl, wala na mga ring bearer, wala na.
Wala, tita. It's gonna be a civil wedding at the beach, sunset. His Paolo's tita, the sister of his dad, is the mayor. So siya na yung mag-officiate. So nakatipid din kami doon. So mag-officiate ng wedding. Yeah.
Galing. So you're saying parang mga 15 people?
15. Another kicker is probably about 6 to 8 people at the actual ceremony. Just his dad, my mom, my dad, parents, and a couple of titas titos ceremony, and then after is when we're gonna be having the 15 people
Great.
kainan. Gana.
Ay, nako. So this is what I wanna tell you, no? Yun nga if you were really planning to get married and you will postpone it indefinitely because you don't know what's happening to COVID, para bang I would say na, sayang naman the marriage that you can start already. Di ba? So I'm happy that you decided na instead na i-postpone, minove up nyo pa.
Yeah.
Kasi, what difference does it make? I mean, if there's gonna be a vaccine, magpo-vaccine ba lahat? Tsaka hindi pa, di ba? We don't know. Di ba? The safety of that, medyo kabado pa lahat. So, life must go on. Love must go on. And I'm glad. And you know, this is something that I want to tell you. No? Parang nagpapakatita na talaga ako sa'yo. Now that you've taken out a lot of the frills, kasi sometimes, di ba, just because it's the uso, and then people would say, especially your wedding coordinator would say, oh, let's put this, let's put this, let's put this.
Yeah,
Siyempre,
yeah.
would always think, isang beses lang naman ako ikakasal eh. So you end up being so stressed with so many things
Yeah.
na ngayon na natanggal mo na yan, you can really focus on what is important, which is really the marriage.
Yeah. Ay, iyak ako. Nagpa-PMS ba ako? Oh my God.
I love it. So now you can, and then you can divert the cash that you were supposed to use in the many elements of a Filipino big wedding. Or kahit hindi big, pero marami na talagang dinagdag tayo kung ano-ano, di ba? You can now use that, and which is what you're doing, di ba? And I love it that you really prioritized buying the lot, yung mga ganon. You can divert those to important investments that are more longer lasting. Plus, if I may, please read the family code. So you know that when you say I do, unless you sign a prenuptial agreement, I have to be FQ mom, of course, you will be one balance sheet. So money talks is really an important element before you say I do.
Thank you.
At dapat, kayong dalawa ni Paolo mag-take ng FQ test.
Where's my copy? Naku, mag-off cam ako pag kinuha ko yung copy. I was reading that a while ago. I have that book.
Yeah,
You know,
so
I'm going to say this not just because I'm here and I'm right in front of you now, but honestly, a lot of my decisions financially, I had you and of course my mom. But I learned really so much from that short conversation that we had when I interviewed you a couple years ago, and I had you in the back of my head.
Oh
Sa
my
mga-
God!
Promise!
Ano talagang, you know that safeguard commercial before? Rose, ako ang iyong concession. you were not yet born then. So there's this commercial na talagang nagsasalita siya kunyari. So I was that to you.
That
Ay,
was
grabe.
you. This
So it's
decision,
really-
making it at first postponing the wedding and now making it
Mhm.
smaller, it
Yes.
sobrang pleasant surprise for me that Paolo was the one who stepped up and said, no, let's still make it beautiful. Which I really, really appreciated him all the more for, because naano ko na siya eh. I was already so set in my head na okay, we need the money, we need to be smart about this. Ano na lang, at least bigay mo na sa akin yung beach sunset. Kahit naka-RTW ako, 4 lang tayo, okay lang ako, basta let's get married. So it was such a pleasant surprise that he was like, no, let's still make it beautiful, even if it's small. So ang laki pa rin ng tinipid namin. But, you know, yeah, so we're still able to do it even if we really decided to budget it, super duper budget it. Actually, blessing in disguise din eh.
Sobra. It is. Actually, this
Yeah.
quarantine is a blessing in disguise for you. Diba? At saka, when you take out all the frills, kasi you get down to the pinaka-basic,
Core. Mhm.
yeah, to the core, and that would probably make it even more meaningful. Diba?
That's true, tita.
Talaga.
And it
And ito, I do have a challenge for you, ha? Look, ito na naman.
Challenges. Okay.
I'm
I'm
kasi,
ready.
di ba, we spend time and effort and money to buy our wedding dress. But a lot of people, they'd say, why are you spending a lot of money there? You only wear it once, di ba? Let's make them, let's disprove that. Let's wear our wedding gown over and over again, which is what I've been doing. So my challenge to you is this. Keep the figure, kahit na ilan pa yung maging anak mo, so that you can fit in your original wedding gown on your, I don't know, kung anong gusto mo i-celebrate. 10th, 20th, 25th.
Tita, I swear, like mine, I swear. Because I had this conversation with a designer 2 days ago when I met with her and she was measuring me. I said, okay, this is going to be the beach dress, but can we make it in such a way na when I have my actual wedding, we'll just add the trail and add stuff, but I want to use the same dress. Tapos kaya sabi ko, pressure for me to keep my figure kasi magkakaroon pa tayo ng isang actual big wedding.
Hindi lang isa, girl. Hindi lang isa.
Okay. Okay.
And this is what I'm gonna tell you. It's gonna be more fun na that time. If you're gonna compare a big wedding, kunyari walang quarantine, a big wedding kasi, ang daming guests doon, hindi naman kilala eh. But when it's your anniversary na, you've been married for a good number of years, lahat doon kakilala mo na. So, as a matter of fact, dapat mas yun na ang gastusan mo eh. Kasi, you already supposed to be, medyo nakaipon ka na rin, nauna mo na yung bahay mo, etc., etc. So now, if you want to celebrate and if you want to reboot, refresh, there's extra money, then go celebrate.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. I'm so excited for you. Do you have any parting message for those who are in the same situation? Yung mga tipong they've been together for a good number of years, tapos they're just postponing or they're not sure na kasi because of the quarantine. What can you say to them? What's your message to them?
As long as you as a couple both know where you stand and what your stand is in this decision that you're making, because it is a big decision, it's not going to be a problem. It doesn't matter when you do it, really. But kagaya sabi nga ni Tita Rose, gawin nyo na ngayon, makakatipid kayo. Ngayong quarantine, ang laking tipid kasi meron kang legit excuse not to have all the other frills, as Tita Rose called it, in a wedding and just have an actual, the beautiful ceremony of your coming together as a couple. Diba? But sabi nga kasi nila, diba, Tita, weddings usually are for the family eh. Diba? The party, it's really for your family. So you also have to make it clear with your families if that's what you want.
And the dog. Who's barking right now? Right?
And my dog who agrees. Because he was also part of the decision. Just communicate and be able to just be open about it. Be open to anything. Anything can happen and everything happens for a reason. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen.
Yes. And with that, I'd like to thank you, Cara, the beautiful Cara. I'm so excited. You have to show me some pictures or videos.
Oh, do you want me to invite you to the Zoom link? You can please join us.
Sure. Gusto ko yan. Sabi ko nga sa'yo I love weddings talaga. I super do. And I'd like to thank all our viewers. Thank you for joining our conversation. I hope you picked up a thing or two. To those who are there really wanting to get married but are bogged down with the uncertainty of the quarantine, no, don't let that decide for you. You decide when you want to get married. And if it's no, go. And the bonus there is that there's a lot of savings that you can put in the more important things in your life at this stage in your life. Maraming salamat. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you. Big hug.
Virtual hug.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Do share it with anyone who may benefit from it. Join me again for our next episode. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my FQMom YouTube channel and click the bell so you know when I have something new for you. You can also subscribe to me on Spotify. Just look for Rose Fres FaustoTalks. Let's continue the conversation on fqmom.com and my socials. Bye!